Hey guys, it's me, Delicious Delights. I hope you're doing well. Alright, so today I have a video on a new fragrance that's just been released from the house of Mugler. It's called Aura. So this has been anticipated by so many people for so long in the fragrance community. It's Mugler. Mugler is an awesome house, but honestly, for the past years, they've just been making too many flankers of Amen, of Angel, of Alien, and they just haven't come out with anything original in such the longest time. So when I heard about this, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's not a flanker, something completely new. I told myself it's going to be a blind buy for sure. And of course, I don't advocate or encourage blind buys, even though I do it myself once in a while. But come on, man, it has to be good. They haven't released anything forever, so if they've been spending that much time developing a fragrance, then it has to be good, right? Well, so recently I was in Paris. I don't know if I just said that or not, but I walked into the Sephora and I saw this on display. I think that this is only released for the time being in France and in the UK, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. So this one is going to be really hard to find right now, but probably they will be being released at some point in the future in America and the rest of Europe. Luckily, I got my nose on it. I was very excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, the bottle itself. I don't know. I've heard people say that it's super awesome, and I've heard people say that it's super ugly. I'm kind of like in the middle. Like sometimes I look at it, I'm like, wow, that's a cool bottle. And then I actually held it in my hand. I'm like, what is this? It's just a weird looking shade of green with this weird I don't know. So yeah, I'm kind of torn whether I like the bottle or not. But of course, the most important thing is the smell. So I walked into the Sephora. I had this little debate in my head saying, should I do a first impressions or should I just get it over and smell it? I couldn't resist my temptations and I smelled it right in the store. And my reactions honestly for the very first sniff weren't that positive. I was like, huh? And then I smelled it again. I'm like, what is that? And I smelled it. I just couldn't like place in my head what this smelled like. I was trying to find something in myself that I can relate to smell wise in this fragrance, and just from the beginning I was like, huh, something sweet, something green, something floral, something dark, but I couldn't really like pinpoint exactly what was in here or what this smelled like, and that kind of made me uncomfortable, to be very honest. The smell is so off-puttingly strange and just off. It felt off and it made me feel off. So in the beginning, you do get a very recognizable sweetness on the top. The sweetness that I'm talking about is the sweetness that you can find in a lot of women's designer fragrances. And so if you like that typical generic sweet smell that you'll find in designer fragrances for women, you can probably relate to that. But along with that sweetness, this vanilla sweet plasticky kind of smell, kind of chemically smell, you do get this very strange underlying, sorry about the noise. I don't know if you can even hear that. Yeah, it's like super hot in here, and that's the air conditioning. Okay, anyways, so underneath that sweetness that you can probably relate to or recognize, you get under that a very, how do I explain it? It's very green, thick, dark, florally, unique, different kind of combination of smells that is really strange to me, and I can't even tell you what it smells like. It just smells like a combination of all of those things. And the combination to me reminds me of a swamp with that swamp stuff on top. You know that sticky, on top of swamp water, you have that sticky, slimy, grimy, I don't know. I'm gonna post a picture right here. Yeah, so that's what it makes me think of, and it's almost like as if that top layer of green mush is like alive, like a creature. That's what it reminds me of. Because I can't tell you that it smells like this or like that, that's like that imagery is what I'm getting, and I just don't really like it. And what happens later on in the development of this fragrance is that the sweetness pretty much stays the same, except that it gets really, really warm on me, which is kind of not a good combination when you have that sticky green, swampy kind of texture right beside it. And also that green, sticky, slimy stuff intensifies in the mid and in the dry down. So you get that, ugh, it's just gross. It makes me feel like sticky and kind of gross, and I just want to take a shower, and it's just because it intensifies, it's like almost like a creature that's kind of like growing up, like a swamp person or swamp monster. So I don't know, that's gonna be a really weird description, I know, but that's exactly what it makes me think of. And I think that a lot of people would like this fragrance because they're probably bored, just as I am, with, you know, the current offerings of new releases of designer women's fragrances. So they're like, wow, this is so neat and new and different. But if you've been in the game for a long time and you've gotten your nose already on some really weird, quirky, niche fragrances, then this one would probably not measure up to the other awesome stuff that's out there in the niche, well, niche market. Yes, I'm biased. I like niche better, I'm not gonna lie. For a designer fragrance, I think it's very original and new and different and very ballsy. And I'm sorry that I couldn't give you a better description of what it smells like. I can only give you more of an emotional feeling that it gives me, and the feeling in this doesn't really make me happy. It kind of makes me feel like I want to cringe a little. It makes me want to curl up into a ball and want to take a shower. It's kind of sour at the same time. The florals in here are nice, but then it's just being ruined by that green, slimy, swampy stuff that's poured all over on top of it. And it's almost like a creature that kind of blossoms and grows on your skin. And I honestly think that people would like this because it's so different and unique and they're looking for something new. But for me, it just doesn't really, at the end of the day, to me, it doesn't smell very good. So I'm sorry if I had to disappoint you guys. I'm only here just to say exactly how I feel, and I know that a lot of you are not gonna like that, but you know, that's why I'm a reviewer. I'm here to tell you my thoughts. So let's go into Fragrantica, and the notes, according to Fragrantica, are rhubarb leaf, tiger liana, orange blossom, bourbon vanilla, and wolfwood notes. And I have no idea what tiger liana is or wolfwood. If I'm not mistaken, I think I read somewhere that they are just made up accords. I haven't read anything about it, I don't know, but it's just getting worse and worse on my skin as time goes. And yeah, I don't really have more to say about that, except for that it doesn't fit my personality, and that's pretty much it. But I don't think I would wear this, and I'm glad that I tested it before, before blind buying it. Alright guys, so that's my video on Aura by the House of Mugler. If you guys have tried this fragrance, please let me know in the comments below your thoughts on it. And yeah, I'd really like to know that. And I hope you guys stay tuned for more videos. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And please sub if you'd like to see more videos, and I'll be back with more later. See you guys. Bye.